Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video here on Marvel Strike Force. Now, today's main feature is going to be, well, you guys may have noticed or not that there is a patch, or there was a patch that you could update on the Play Store and on the iOS Store as well. There are some new splash pages in the back of the Orcus team. The loading screen is now the Orcus team. I should have showed that in this video, but maybe if you've updated your game, you've already seen it anyways. So that's on the horizon. I don't know when they're going to be live. They're not currently in the, at least for me, they're not currently in the roster yet, but I am recording this before 2 p.m. So who knows? Maybe, I don't think it's going to be today, but it could be sometime this week. Make sure that, of course, that you are preparing your Orcus characters. And specifically, I wanted to point out Lady Deathstrike and Scientist Supreme, of course. They're going to have insane stat reworks. I just picked up my 2 diamond today, so really happy about that. But that's not the intent of today's video. Also, P.S. before we go any further, Pocket Dimension was changed to Cosmic all the way through. We talked, well, at least on my Discord anyways, that they changed it. And if you saw the official blog, that it was Annihilators and Cosmic for 14 and 15. Now it's Annihilators and Cosmic all the way through, I think, 14, 15, 16. So you can actually clear it. Congratulations. So that's great. I don't like the fact that they did this change at the 11th hour after people probably had already spent money. I feel like this is a game of 4D chess with Scopely, and it's going to start pissing people off just because, you know, they've made official statements on how it's going to be. People spent money on trying to get access to it, and then they change it around at the last minute. It is a player-friendly change. However, I do not applaud them for doing this, and I think it should have been this way from the start. Anyways, that's my early PD rant, I suppose. The rest of this is about the data mines. Some really interesting information about moments, Knull, Dark Dimension 8, and some other stuff in here as well. So if you are ready to go and start speculating, let's boil this down. And this is my LD player, by the way. This is like where the file folders are that I kind of dig around for. And inside these files, when the game updated today, there was a brand new folder that appeared out of nowhere called the Moments folder. And this has some JSONs. There's some JSONs in here, but the JSONs are largely empty. There's not a lot of good information in here. But what I will tell you is that they're largely placeholders. However, this one, you can't see my head's in the way. Let me close that. This one here, you might see it says moment slots requirements. It basically clarifies, you see it here with moment slot 1, 2, and 3, that essentially there's going to be 3 moments per character that you can equip to characters. Now, what exactly moments do? I don't think that they've ever made this, 100% clear. You could extrapolate this based on this sort of system in other games, which some people may be familiar with, and especially Scopely titles. I heard that they use moments in some regards in, is it that WWE game or something like this? And so I feel like they're stat buffs. There's something related to progression that they're going to be increasing the stats of your characters by equipping these moments, and it's going to power them up. And is it for new characters? Is it for old characters? Is it for both? I don't know. I'm not, there's been no official information on that. Just know that there are items or moments that you're going to be equipping to characters. And where you're going to get that, well, Battle World, maybe? Like, I don't know. But that seems to be the most plausible explanation, I think, at this point, given that there were rumors, or, well, there was the community manager video, right, where they said, I don't know, Q4 2024, if that even happens on schedule or not. I'm personally skeptical, but, that would be where I would think that these kind of things are going to appear. As far as some other sprites that appeared, I'm just going to pull this up over here. There was Dark Dimension 8 backgrounds. I think, honestly, this is probably, Odin's already in the roster page, so I think at this point is going to be probably next week. I think the event table, the event store is going to be ending pretty soon. However, this current event that's starting, like, basically now, as of recording anyways, the event store has 18 days left. I don't think that they're going to have a leaderboard in 2 weeks' time for another one. I think this is the last one. So this is going to be your last chance to pick up radioactive treats and spend it. And so I think that DD8 will go live sometime next week. And it'll just give people time to spend the rest of their treats before the store goes away, and I guess sell more offers because they're selling it at outrageous prices for people to then be able to, and make sure you are spending all this right. I think that's really important. That's an important takeaway as well. So we have some little stuff regarding Dark Dimension 8. There's like a lot of these are just backgrounds. This is the DD8 rainbow. This one is the waterfall. These are the frames for Dark Dimension 8 with the various pips here. Nothing that important. However, there are these, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and maybe you guys might be able to tell me what for the use Marvel lore fanatics out there, I don't know if this means anything or not, but I'll tell you that the title of this sprite is called Tier Dependent Matte. There's 4 of them. And I think these are brand new icons that are either moments. These could be related to moment. That would make sense, actually. Or it's something related to Battle World, or both, right? Like, so this is something equipable, perhaps is called material. There's the icon there. I'll zoom in a little bit more. I don't know if it's familiar to anyone. There's a second one, which looks like a lightning bolt. There you go there. 2 lightning bolts together, actually. In fact, this is Matte 2, Matte 3, whatever the hell that is. 2, I don't know, looks like boomerangs, honestly, like a light and dark boomerang. And 4. This one here, whatever the hell that is. So these these are 4 new icons that appeared in the screen. There was also these ones, and they were these. What we're going to see now is called UT. This one here is UT base icon. I don't know what UT is either. That sounds like it could be a code for what moments are going to be. There are some interesting shapes, I suppose. And then there is UT. These ones are ISO. So ISO green, ISO blue, ISO purple, and then there's a star. Why there's a star, I have no idea. It's just called UT star, and then UT tier blue, green, orange, purple, red. We also missed out teal, actually. Teal's there. I think it's alphabetical, so that's why it was that way. So there's different, what it would appear like gear tiers and ISO tiers, and whatever the hell the star is. As maybe that's just like the star. No, it's not a star. I was thinking the heart system on the characters. I don't know. So this seems like there's going to be some additional equipping of whatever UT is and what tier dependent Matte is in relation to moments. That's just the connection that I've made. Maybe someone else can draw a different conclusion than me, but we do know that they're gearing up for moments, and that's going to be incredibly important for things going forward. Now, the other thing that I do want to talk about in today's video, also let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts about moments. Are you familiar with this kind of system? I don't know, for anyone who's played Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, maybe, or other Scopely titles, maybe, write something in the description about, what these kind of are like. I only know what people have told me, what have said. I haven't played any of these games to a great length, so I don't know, like, what moments could be. But some have made in my Discord anyways, they've made this connection to Datacrons in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Again, not super familiar. From what I understand, it's like a temporary stat buff to characters in the Marvel Strike Force version. I don't know what this would be. Like, you can buy these moments that you equip, and then it's temporary, I suppose, but we don't have any official information on that specifically. Now, the second part that I do want to talk about is, if it brings up, this is the gear unique piece for Knull. So this was in the game files. There was also some ability icons as well, and that is interesting. So this one here that you're looking at is icon ability Knull basic. Okay, I have no idea what the kit, as far as I'm aware, the kit's not available. Maybe I didn't look at the right files. Who knows? Maybe it'll show up sometime in the near future, in which case, as soon as I figure that out, or I find that out, and I, whatever, I'll share it with you guys, but I don't know any of that right now. Icon ability passive, Knull passive. Just his face, looking menacing, I suppose, there. Take it for what you will. Icon ability Knull special. He's raising his, the all-black sword, right? That he's raising up in the air. Can't really glean that much more out of that. And then there is icon ability Knull ultimate, and it looks like he's throwing out symbiote spirits or whatever, or I don't know, the spirits, right, symbiote ghosts or whatever the hell this is, chucking them at the enemy. Probably some sort of AoE attack, right? Like, that would make sense. And the reason why this is important, though, is because he's got a kit, right? Like, he's got ability kits, and it is there. Now, obviously, we don't know what that is yet, but it indicates two things, and I'll show you one thing that actually indicates the other. But it indicates he's a character, right? It indicates that he has a kit, he's in the game, or he will be in the game. On what side? Well, okay, so there's this, and this file icon is called icon ability PVE boss null basic, and it has this dev thing because it's probably going to be the same as the ones we just showed. However, there's actually 4 of them that says icon ability PVE boss null passive, special, ultimate, and basic, like we said before. They're all the same. They have the dev icon there. And so why is that important? Well, I think that basically given the title of the file, it essentially confirms that Knull is going to be a boss. It says PvE boss. So I don't know what else is coming out there, but there's only one game mode that is rumor. No, I think it's basically confirmed that it is an alliance-based PvE game mode. And I think we know what that is because it starts with the letter B. So it seems like they're doing a lot of preparation for this. Once again, as far as I'm aware, there hasn't been any testing as of yet. So I'm skeptical whether or not this is going to meet the timeline that they suggested, which was like October. But then they also use Q4 2024, and that really could be any time till the end of the year. And it does mean though that they're ramping up to it at the very least. Whether or not it comes on schedule or not, I mean that part doesn't matter too much. But they are ramping up to Battle World right at this point. And there's a lot of things in the files currently that they added in that, it very well could be next patch. Would it be this patch? I mean, this is going to be about another month for the Orcus team and stuff. I don't think so. I think that if they are able to keep to their schedule, October and beyond would make sense. It's close to Halloween. We'll get it probably around the Night Stalkers when hopefully we get a Blade Legendary, subject to change, of course. But that would be a good timing as far as Knull, the character, and what we know about Knull. And it would be a really cool time to bring him out in October if they can keep to that schedule. So that was just some things that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. I think that they are ramping up towards this, and we're going to see it now. I guess the last thing to say is, will Knull be anything beyond an enemy character? And I think that there is, based on other characters, if you go all the way back to like classic Marvel Strike Force, there were enemies in the game who were enemies before they were playable characters. Red Skull actually went a long time before he was playable. Ultron was a boss before he was in Dark Dimension 2. So there's a lot of suggestions in there that would say that yes, at some point in time, that it's very likely he's got a kit, so they would just need to, I don't know, find a release method for him. And I don't know, it could be Dark Dimension, right? Some way that he comes out that is playable rather than what it appears that is going to happen with him first. But anyways, that's it for now. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. And of course, until next time, stay safe and healthy. And I'll see y'all later. Good luck on Pocket Dimension as well. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a video on that necessarily unless it's like sky high hard or something. And I have a reason to talk about it again. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your week. Boilon signing out.